Here is a list of 100 common idioms or expressions in English with their meanings and simple examples. A piece of cake, something that's very easy. Example, the test was a piece of cake. Break the ice, to start a conversation. Example, she told a joke to break the ice. Hit the nail on the head, to be exactly right. Example, you hit the nail on the head with your answer. Under the weather, feeling sick. Example, I'm feeling a bit under the weather today. Cost an arm and a leg, very expensive. Example, that new phone costs an arm and a leg. Spill the beans, to tell a secret. Example, he spilled the beans about the surprise party. Once in a blue moon, very rarely. Example, we only see her once in a blue moon. Let the cat out of the bag, to accidentally reveal a secret. Example, he let the cat out of the bag about the gift. Bite the bullet, to do something painful or unpleasant that can't be avoided. Example, I had to bite the bullet and get the shot. Raining cats and dogs, raining very heavily. Example, it's raining cats and dogs outside. Hit the sack, to go to bed. Example, I'm so tired, I'm going to hit the sack. Caught red-handed, caught doing something wrong. Example, he was caught red-handed stealing candy. Jump the gun, to do something too soon. Example, we jumped the gun and opened the presents early. On cloud 9, extremely happy. Example, she's on cloud 9 after winning the prize. The ball is in your court. It's up to you to decide. Example, I've done my part, now the ball is in your court. Cold feet, to be nervous about something. Example, he got cold feet before the big game. A blessing in disguise. Something that seems bad at first but is good later. Example, losing my job was a blessing in disguise. I found a better one. Burn the midnight oil, to work late into the night. Example, I had to burn the midnight oil to finish my project. Cry over spilled milk, to be upset over something that can't be changed. Example, don't cry over spilled milk, just clean it up. Elephant in the room, a big problem no one wants to talk about. Example, the argument was the elephant in the room. Go the extra mile, to do more than what's expected. Example, she always goes the extra mile to help her students. When pigs fly, something that will never happen. Example, I'll clean my room when pigs fly. In hot water, in trouble. Example, he's in hot water for breaking the rules. A penny for your thoughts. Asking someone what they're thinking. Example, you're so quiet. A penny for your thoughts. Barking up the wrong tree. To be wrong about something. Example, you're barking up the wrong tree if you think I did it. By the skin of your teeth. To barely succeed. Example, I passed the test by the skin of my teeth. Cut corners, to do something in an easy, cheap way. Example, don't cut corners when building a house. Every cloud has a silver lining. There's something good in every bad situation. Example, I didn't get the job, but every cloud has a silver lining. Face the music, to accept the consequences. Example, he broke the rules, now he has to face the music. Feeling under the weather, not feeling well. Example, I'm staying home today because I'm feeling under the weather. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone, to do 2 things at the same time. Example, I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone by shopping and exercising. The early bird catches the worm. People who are early have an advantage. Example, she always wakes up early because the early bird catches the worm. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't assume something will happen before it does. Example, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Wait until you win. Hit the road, to leave. Example, it's getting late, time to hit the road. Keep an eye on, to watch something carefully. Example, can you keep an eye on my bag? Let sleeping dogs lie. Don't bring up old problems. Example, Just let sleeping dogs lie. Don't start a fight. On thin ice in a risky situation. Example, you're on thin ice with your teacher after skipping class. Pull someone's leg. To joke with someone. Example, are you pulling my leg or are you serious? Sit on the fence. To not make a decision. Example, stop sitting on the fence and pick a side. Take with a grain of salt. To not take something too seriously. Example, he exaggerates, so take his stories with a grain of salt. Throw in the towel. To give up. Example, after losing 5 games, they threw in the towel. Add fuel to the fire. To make a bad situation worse. Example, yelling only added fuel to the fire during the argument. Bite off more than you can chew. To take on more than you can handle. Example, I bit off more than I can chew by joining 3 clubs. Let bygones be bygones. To forget past arguments. Example, let's let bygones be bygones and be friends again. Steal someone's thunder. To take credit for someone else's idea. Example, she stole my thunder by taking my idea in the meeting. Up in the air, uncertain or undecided. Example, our plans are still up in the air. Water under the bridge. Something that happened in the past and is no longer important. Example, our argument is water under the bridge now. Birds of a feather flock together. People who are alike often hang out together. Example, those two are always together. Birds of a feather flock together. Burning the candle at both ends. Working too hard. Example, he's been burning the candle at both ends studying for exams. Cat got your tongue? When someone is unusually quiet. Example, you haven't said anything, cat got your tongue? Eyes in the back of your head. To be very aware of everything happening around you. Example, the teacher has eyes in the back of her head. Fit as a fiddle. To be in good health. Example, even at 80, she's as fit as a fiddle. Get a second wind. To get new energy after being tired. Example, I was tired but got a second wind after dinner. Go down in flames. To fail spectacularly. Example, their plan went down in flames when they got caught. In a pickle. In a difficult situation. Example, I'm in a pickle. I can't find my homework. Jump on the bandwagon. To join something that's already popular. Example, everyone's jumping on the bandwagon and buying that new phone. Lend a hand. To help someone. Example, can you lend me a hand with this heavy box? Miss the boat. To miss an opportunity. Example, I missed the boat by not signing up for the trip in time. Out of the blue. Something that happens unexpectedly. Example, she called me out of the blue after years of silence. Pull yourself together. To calm down and get control. Example, after the bad news, he had to pull himself together. A slap on the wrist. A mild punishment. Example, he got a slap on the wrist for breaking the rule. Stab someone in the back. To betray someone. Example, he stabbed his friend in the back by lying about him. Take a rain check. To postpone something. Example, can we take a rain check on lunch tomorrow? Through thick and thin. To stay together in good and bad times. Example, we've been friends through thick and thin. Time flies. Time goes by quickly. Example, time flies when you're having fun. Walk in someone's shoes. To imagine how someone else feels. Example, try walking in her shoes before judging her. You can't judge a book by its cover. You can't know what something is like from the outside. Example, he looks mean, but you can't judge a book by its cover. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know either. Example, where's the teacher? Your guess is as good as mine. Hit the ground running to start something and do well right away. Example, she hit the ground running on her first day at work. In the same boat. In the same difficult situation as someone else. Example, we're all in the same boat after failing the test. Let off the hook. To avoid punishment. Example, he was let off the hook because it was his first mistake. Lose your touch. To lose a skill you used to have. Example, he used to be great at soccer, but he's lost his touch. On the ball. To be quick and alert. Example, she's always on the ball with her schoolwork. Play it by ear. To deal with something as it happens. Example, we'll play it by ear and decide later. Ring a bell. To sound familiar. Example, does her name ring a bell? Sit tight. To wait patiently. Example, sit tight. The doctor will be with you soon. Straight from the horse's mouth. To hear something directly from the person involved. Example, I heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Twist someone's arm. To convince someone to do something. Example, he didn't want to go, but I twisted his arm. Out of the frying pan into the fire. To go from a bad situation to a worse one. Example, I quit my job, but now I'm out of the frying pan and into the fire. Hit the books to study. Example, I need to hit the books for my math test. In a nutshell, to explain something in a few words. Example, in a nutshell, the movie was great. Take the plunge. To make a big decision. Example, after thinking for a year, I finally took the plunge and moved. Tug at your heartstrings. To make you feel emotional. Example, the sad movie really tugged at my heartstrings. Wear your heart on your sleeve to show your feelings openly. Example, she always wears her heart on her sleeve. Let off steam. To release anger or stress. Example, I went for a run to let off some steam. Get cold feet. To feel nervous about doing something. Example, he got cold feet before asking her to dance. Put all your eggs in one basket. To rely on one plan. Example, don't put all your eggs in one basket with just that job application. It's the best of both worlds. To have all the advantages. Example, she works from home. It's the best of both worlds.